just admire this view for a second, man. It's freaking nice. Like, I've never been back here. I've never seen like all these trails and stuff back here. So yeah, guys, we may have to invest in an off-road vehicle here soon. Yo, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about a topic that's been brought up recently. It's not as hot right now as it was before, but I mean, it's still a nice little subject to talk about, and that is the flash for the 2021 ZX10 versus the KRT ECU. So I'm on the Jigsaw today. The ZX10 is waiting for parts, so it's kind of in shambles right now, so I couldn't bring it out for the video. But I want to talk about the flashes and the KRT ECU, which I have in my ZX10. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know my thoughts on the flash versus KRT ECU, and if I think you should spend your money on the flash or the kit ECU. So let's start this off with the originator for the flash. That is Brand Tuning. Now Brand has been doing some really good work over there. He's working on bikes he normally don't work on to get them unlocked for us, the general public, right? So you can't knock what the man is doing. He's doing this thing, and he's giving us something that we've all been asking for. The ZX10 has been out for over a year now, and he's the only one that I know of. I mean, well, he's not the only one, but the way that he gets to the ECU is the only way that I know of to get into those ECUs. So when it comes to flashes right now that I know of, it's only two people for the 21 ZX10. That's Brand Tuning and SLR Tuning. Now the differences between the two, I'm not really sure, because I don't know all the in-depth stuff with it, but I know price-wise, Brand is about $50 more, coming in at right at $700, and Slayer is $650. But so price-wise, they're almost about the same. Now, just off of the name and the price alone, me personally, I would go with Brand, hands down, and here's why. I don't know SLR Tuning. I don't know what that dude's done. I don't know what he's capable of. What I do know is Brand Tuning has been doing it for a while, so I trust that if I get something from him, it's gonna do exactly what he says it's gonna do. Now, when it comes to what the flashes are doing, performance-wise, on the dyno, because dyno performance is a lot different than street or track performance, just so y'all keep that in mind now, okay? So on the dyno, Brand has two different stage flashes. Remember, I told you the flash is $700 from him, the base flash. That's the stage 1 flash. If you go to the stage 2 flash, you just have to pay another $200, which brings your total to $900 for his flash to get the stage 2. Stage 1, you get 193 horsepower on pump gas, and that's about, I want to say, I think stock was 168. So a bike that was 168 stock went to 193 on this dyno with the stage 1. Slayer's flash doesn't have stages. It's just, you get what they send you. Like, you pay for one thing and that's what you get. I don't know if he like works to try to improve it, and if you can get another one, or update or whatever, but his claim is 200 on pump gas and 207 on MR12. So now that's his base flash and total flash, pretty much. So Brand stage 2 flash is 201, I think it was. So 201 on 93 octane is what Brand claims. So as far as like what's done different in them, I'm not really sure between stage 1 and stage 2 what's different. I know, if I'm not mistaken, I think the quick shifter times get adjusted and stuff like that. And just my opinion, guys, and this is my thoughts on it, I don't understand the whole stages of a flash. If I'm gonna sell you something, I'm trying to sell you the best of what I got. I mean, I understand the purpose of it's a business model. You make more money that way, but I don't want to give somebody something that's not the best of what it could be that they paid me for, you know, especially spending that type of money. So that's just my thoughts on it. But I think the quick shifter times get adjusted, timing, some other stuff. I don't really remember what was listed on there, but he adjusts some stuff in between it. But you get 201, and still, knowing all this, if I had to pick, I'm still going with brand. And like I said, it's for the exact same reasons. I don't know who SLR is. Like, every time I see his name pop up on something, it's people bragging about beating his bikes or people making jokes about him. Like, I don't know him. I've never really looked into him. Maybe I should, to get to know and see who the dude is. But as of right now, I just don't know who he is. So I'm going with brand. So now that we got the flashes out of the way, let's talk about the kit ECU and if I think you should go with the flash or the kit ECU. I've never been over here. I think this is the dunes, as they call this, where everybody come ride their quads and other off-road vehicles and stuff at. But yeah, let me turn around real quick. Oh, this is nice, man. We may need to get a quad. So if you get the kit ECU, is I want to say it's about $2,400, and you get the actual ECU, you get the harness, and you get the box and cables in order to tune it. When you get that ECU, it's literally plug and play. You take your stock harness off and put that harness on, ECU on, and the bike runs. You can go out, ride it. It rides perfectly fine, no issues, no lights or nothing like that. At least on mine, I didn't have no issues. Now, with the kit ECU, you do lose your radiator fan and your horn and your lights. So you lose a couple things, so you need to keep that in mind as we talk about this. Now, once you get that stuff on, though, you have the ability at any time to go in and make changes on your ECU. Let's get moving again. It's kind of warm right here in this sun, but just admire this view for a second, man. It's freaking nice. Like, I've never been back here. I've never seen like all these trails and stuff back here. So yeah, guys, we may have to invest in an off-road vehicle here soon. Probably come up, because they do have like a thing where you can rent them and go out. May have to do that with the wife and kids, but yeah. So with this kit ECU, you get everything to do the tuning and stuff. You can do it yourself, or you can take it to somebody or to a dyno and get them to do it. When I got mine, I put mine on the bike after I did everything that I wanted to do as far as upgrades, and I took it to Ricardo, to Motorcycle Mall, and had him do a tune in it. Now, at that same time, I had a power commander already on the bike. The power commander makes it a little bit easier as far as like making adjustments to fueling. I haven't messed with the ignition module. I don't even have one. And we tested adding timing on the dyno, and the bike didn't pick up really anything. So you can adjust the fueling. So Ricardo did all that. He did the tune, made the changes, and the bike made really good power. So for me, I went with the kit ECU because at the time it was nothing else available. There was no flashes when I got my bike. I was one of the first people, street people, with the 21 ZX10 in the States. 650 Eve, I think, got his like I think like a couple days before me, so there was no flash. I want to try to get a pull in, but I ain't gonna do it because there's too much traffic right here. So that's why I went with the KRT ECU. I paid the fee and I did what I had to do. My bike still don't got the lights on it. I wired the radiator fan up on a switch, so I'm working on getting that to come on by itself. And then I'm also now that I'm kind of stable here, I'm gonna work on getting the lights back on the bike as well. But for me, it was the obvious choice. You know, I didn't want to sit around and wait for a flash that may or may not come. So that's why I did it. And now that we've talked about the KRT ECU, the downside and the upsides to it, right? So you know the downsides is lose your lights, lose your radiator fan, lose your horn. You know, that's the downside. Upside is you got access to make changes to your bike any time you want for free. And you don't even need an internet connection to do it. Like with Willys, you need an internet connection in order to flash your bike. With the kit ECU, you don't. So that's that. Now let's talk about knowing what I know now. Say for instance, if the flash was available now versus the kit ECU, which one would I go with and why? So if I was in the market right now and I was like, I wanted to unlock my bike finally, which one would I go with? For me, because I like to mess around with my own bikes and set them up the way that I want to, I'm still gonna have to go with the kit ECU. But I don't mind spending the money to get the kit ECU either. So that's something else you got to keep in mind if you want to spend that type of money. Now if you don't have, or you don't want to spend that type of money or go through the houses trying to put the other features back on the bike, go with the flash, man. I know it's a lot of people that are skeptical about the flash right now. I don't know if they just don't trust it, or they don't like what they've been hearing about it, or what. Listen, you got to remember, it's a flash. Flashes are made in a location somewhere on a dyno, more than likely, unless it's one of the guys like Evan. Evan does a lot of street tuning, so some of his flashes are actually his street tunes. So a lot of them are pretty close when you get them, no matter where you're at. But the ones that are made on a dyno, sometimes you get them, the AFR is off, the bike's not running as good as it should be, and that's why. So if you're gonna buy a flash, keep that in mind. But the good thing about it is the people that are providing the flashes, at least Brand, I don't know about Slayer, but if you have an issue with his flash when you get it, say you log your AFR and it's off, or the bike is idling weird or something like that, you let him know, and Brent would actually, he'll make the changes, or you send him the file, I think. He makes the changes, send you the file back, you put it back in the bike, go test it and see what it does. So, and I don't think he charges for that. So that's the upside. So that's why I said right now, seeing that Woolwich isn't available, if you don't want to spend the money on the KRT ECU, or go through the house of putting everything back on your bike, get the flash. And my recommendation, based off of what I know, go with the Brand flash. So, but that's just my thoughts on the flash versus KRT ECU. That's my honest and open opinion. It's not biased at all. I do have the KRT ECU, but just like anything else, guys, I give y'all the truth. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. I'm not gonna really, well, I'm not gonna say really, but I'm not gonna hide anything from you guys. It may be some stuff that I don't post that I do, but when it comes to like product reviews and stuff like that, you guys gonna get the truth. I'm not trying to sell you on nothing. I'm not trying to force you to buy nothing. You know, I'm not gonna do that. So, but that's it for me, and those are my thoughts on it. Let me know down in the comment section what y'all think about it so far, and then what you think about my thoughts on the two. And I'll catch y'all on the next video. Later.